Oh yeah, I need to keep the sunglasses on. It's too bright for my little eyeballs. Hey guys, what's up? It's Fern. Thank you so much for joining me for another Planty video. Today we are situated outside for a change, which is very fun. It's a nice overcast kind of cool day today as well, which is much appreciated. It's giving fall vibes a little bit. I know, dare I say it? Dare I say it? It's very nice. So I figured that it was the perfect day to come out and do some work on the deck. So originally this video was supposed to be a cute little tour of all of the plants that I'm growing outside for the summer, but well, a couple of things happened. I put it off for too long. Things were looking very lush in June and July. The herb garden was popping off. A lot of the houseplants look good. Granted, some of them have just not done well out here, and we'll talk about that. But for the most part, it was looking very cute out here. I was really happy with it. And then as the heat of the summer progressed, things kind of, you know, some plants started looking not so great and maybe even got neglected a little bit. The herb garden has mostly ran its course. And then the cherry on top was the heat wave that we got last week. A lot of plants got scorched, you guys. So we're definitely going to be doing some damage control today. I was originally just going to do a nice little tour video, but now I'm going to show you around. It's definitely not looking, it's not in its glory like it was a couple of months ago, this whole like area. So next year we're going to do a tour in the spring when things are looking really great. But you know what? It's kind of nice to have a learning experience because, you know, I don't have a lot of experience growing plants outside, and I kind of learned a lot about which plants did well and which didn't. So it's all good. Like, I'm not upset about anything. I'm rambling a little bit, but the first part of the video is going to be a little walkthrough of all of the plants that I've been growing out here, and it's just going to be houseplants. I'm not going to be really talking about, I still have a few herbs out here, but I'm just going to be talking about the houseplants. And then the second part of the video is going to be damage control slash like houseplant rescue for the plants that really got scorched last week in the heat wave. Definitely gonna have to be chopping and propping some of them and just like cleaning them up, maybe some repotting. I'm not really entirely sure. I think I might also be moving some of them inside, especially my little begonia area, unfortunately. You'll find out why, but yeah. All I can really say is that these past few months have been a really great learning experience and have made me think about a lot of things and are going to inform my decisions for next year. So it's great. But yeah, hope that sounds good to you. Grab yourself a cozy beverage and let's just hop into it. There's a big ol' stink bug hanging out on my Cebu blue pothos. So, and I know that I need to work with that one today. The bugs are out, you guys. The bugs are out. And the spiders. Okay, so this is my begonia trellis area. I ended up picking up this trellis from IKEA in June and attaching it to the side of the house with these outdoor command hooks. And I love this thing. Like, I just think that it's so cute, looks so good. I made an Instagram reel and did it in a vlog, so some of y'all may have seen it, but I decided to put all of my begonias here. And for the most part, they have done amazingly. Like, they've grown so much, they've been thriving. However, within the past, like, I don't know, several weeks, I would say, the sun has been moving more and more onto this area here. Like, it used to not get any sun at all, but now it's progressively getting more and more sun as we get closer to fall. And I just didn't anticipate that when I put this up, obviously. So it really sucks, but a lot of the begonias ended up getting scorched in the heat wave because of that. So this is my very sad begonia maculata, which, oh my goodness, I have to laugh. Like, there's no other way to cope with the destruction. Oh my goodness, look at the poor thing, is still trying to grow too. What a trooper. So this is one that we're definitely going to be chopping up today, but how depressing, because before it looked so good, you guys, and I was so excited to show you just how well it was doing and how much it was thriving. Like, it had totally turned into just a big healthy plant, and now it's literally just a crisp. So yeah, even my boyfriend the other day, he was like, your begonia maculata is like decimated. I was like, I know. So since this one is the closest to where the sun is hitting now, it took the brunt of it. The thurstonii, as you can see, got a little bit burnt, but only on some of the leaves. Most of the plant is okay, however, it is starting to look quite light bleached. So I'm basically wanting to move all of these inside because I think it's just getting too late in the season to continue growing them out here with the sun encroaching onto the balcony so much. You can see that my Magdalene madsen is more shaded. This one has surprisingly like done the best out here this summer. It's so crazy. I was not expecting that. I was actually kind of apprehensive about putting it out here, but as you can see, it's just looking like so incredibly beautiful. I'm really, really in love with this plant. It's just so, so pretty, and yeah, it's done so well out here. My autumn ember has actually done quite well also. Look at it, like there's so much new growth coming in. You can see that these ones are more in the shaded area though, so that's why they're a little bit happier. This is just a cutting that I decided to try to put out here of my Amphioxus. So yeah, it's really cute. I mean, it was looking really, really cute, and now it's like, you know, kind of dying. So yeah, it's really, really cute, this begonia area. I love it so much. However, it's obviously getting a little bit destroyed, so it's time to address that. But overall, I was just really, really happy with how that turned out. I was just attaching the begonias onto here with twine to kind of support them, because something else that I was dealing with, which is why I wanted to put the trellis up, is that the begonias were falling over. If it would get windy or anything, they would just fall over. So this way, having them attached to the trellis kept them stable. Ooh, there's the bug. And then beside my begonia trellis is my staghorn fern. I heard that these do really well outside and in high light, so that's why I moved mine out. And it has done quite well, honestly. It's been kind of difficult to keep up with the watering, like it dries out really quickly, but it has been pretty happy and it has grown, so I will say that that's gone really well. And I would definitely put it out again next year. But beside that is one that just has not had a great time growing out here this summer, and I kept thinking, you know, it's gonna adapt, it's gonna get better and start thriving, but it just never did. That is my Cebu blue pothos. So yeah, it's looking rough, honestly, you guys. Like, the new leaves are looking really bad. It's just, yeah, it just never really got into the groove out here. So this is one that I don't think I would put out here again next year. I should have just brought it back in when I saw that it wasn't doing well, but I didn't. And now it just kind of looks like crap. So I think I'm gonna be chopping it up. I'm not really sure. But yeah, not looking cute. Everything looks cute, like from afar. The setup looks really cute, but then when you actually look at the plants, it's like, okay, maybe not. And then down here, we just have some of my cactus and euphorbia. We have my variegated opuntia, which is kind of curling weird. It had fallen over and it was growing weird. I put a little hook so that I could support it, but it's still kind of giving weird new growth. Other than that, it's done really well. Like, it's grown a ton. Look at how big it is now. It's crazy. And then we have my white ghost euphorbia, which is also doing really well. It hasn't really grown though, which I was kind of surprised about because it was growing really well under my Soltec light. So I was like, oh, surely it's going to do well outside. But I don't think I've really gotten much new growth at all over the summer. It's nice and cute and like pink looking at the tips, but no, it just hasn't really grown for me. And then over here's my little cactus and succulent stand, which is so cute. And for the most part, the plants on here have done really well. So of course on top we have my monkey tail cactus, which I mean, it hasn't really grown a ton this summer, but it's been happy out here and it's bloomed for me. Oh my goodness, there's more. I haven't seen those ones until now. There were blooms on this arm and they ran their course already. And now there's another one coming on that arm, but also 2 more down there. That's so cool. I've had a lot of y'all commenting, asking for an update on this plant, so here he is. He's been doing really well, living his best life outside. Yeah, he looks really healthy, honestly. Really, really cool to see. I need to get a picture this time when they open because I missed out last time. And then some of my other succulents up on top here, variegated hornia, my rat tail cactus, which has grown quite a bit. Oh my goodness, kind of spiky. These 3 are all new, and this one, yeah, there's actually a lot of new growth on that one. And then down here, my Stapelia is actually in bloom for the 2nd time this year, or this season, so that's really cool to see. It's like a hairy starfish. It's so neat. There's usually flies in it too. It really, really attracts them. This is a new plant that I got. It's similar to the Stapelia grandiflora, but I think that this is the Stapelia gigantea. So it has an even bigger bloom. I obviously haven't had this one bloom yet. It was just like a cutting. It's rooted really well, but it looks like I'm getting some new growth there too. I'll be really excited to see this bloom though, maybe next year. And then my Hoernia back there. And then I think that this is called Eve's Pin. This is a succulent that's fairly new to me and it looks really cool. It's been doing really well and it's nice and rooted too. Came to me as cuttings and they rooted up so quickly. There's definitely room for more, and I do have some baby succulents inside that I just got. So next year this shelf is going to be more full and hopefully organized a little bit more nicely as well. I also want to get my monkey tail into a hanging basket and also my rat tail, so those probably won't be on this shelf next year. But yeah, I've been really happy growing all of these outside this season. Okay, and then we have my trailing jade, which has been living out here for the summer. It was just on that little stand, but I moved it over here so that I'm not recording the street. But yeah, she's been doing amazing. Honestly, this plant is so easygoing. I will say she's been getting a lot of sun and she's done really well with that, but I was kind of anticipating her to sun stress because a lot of people have told me that these can sun stress really nicely. So I thought surely having it outside, getting like straight sun for, you know, at least part of the day is gonna give me some sun stressing, but no, absolutely none. It is still green. I mean, she's gorgeous, but yeah, no sun stressing. I don't know why it's so hard for me to sun stress my plants, but it just is. Anyway, she's done really well. She was already big, but she's probably grown. It's kind of hard to tell because I see these plants every day, you know, but she's doing great. So I'm gonna put her back over here. This is our little table here where we come out and eat and everything. And yeah, I really love it. It's so cute and cozy. This is my seat, obviously, with the Gloriosum pillow. And then down here we have some of my like rehab plants that just weren't doing well inside, or that I wanted to try to give a boost. So I moved them out here for the summer and they have been doing so well. So first of all, we have my Ficus Audrey here, which was not growing for me. I find this plant so difficult, like so difficult. Ficus in general are definitely a more tricky genus for me, but I just had tried so many things with this Ficus Audrey, so I thought, you know, they really need a lot of bright light. So I figured that outside would be the perfect spot for it, and that definitely has been the case. It's grown a ton. Probably, well, I think that you can actually tell. Do you see where it's like an older colored stem down there? And then it goes to green. The green is all the new growth on each of these. So yeah, she's grown so much and she looks so happy. Like, look at these beautiful new leaves she's putting out. This is probably, I don't know if I would say my biggest success with growing plants outside, but honestly maybe, because she was like on the brink and now she's growing. So we love to see it. Little baby leaf coming in, like how cute is that? I'm definitely nervous to move her inside for the fall. I feel like I need to set up my Soltec light for her because I feel like that like mimics bright outdoor conditions the best. And then beside her we have two Alocasia micholitziana, which had spider mites. I don't know if they're gone. You can still see a lot of damage from them, but I'm going to be talking about these more in depth in a dedicated video for this plant. This is like a project situation that I did. So hopefully I'll wrap that up soon so that I can post it. And then moving over to this side, which is the side that's like obviously the closest to the house and the most shaded, the most covered. So this is where I have the majority of my plants. As you can see, they're all kind of crowded in here. And for the most part, they've all done really well. I'll address the bad ones first. So, oh, this is probably the most devastating out of all of the plants that got destroyed out here in the heat wave. This was my beautiful begonia sinbad, which I was so proud. Oh my goodness, I wish I would have taken pictures or video like a month ago of what this plant looked like, because it was huge, you guys. It was doing so well. It honestly surprised me so much because I moved this straight out of the cabinet to outside and I was like, I'm just curious to see how it's gonna do, but I didn't expect it to do as well as it did, but it completely thrived. Like, it was looking beautiful. It was in its glory, in its prime, and then the heat wave happened. And what specifically happened was, when the heat wave was happening, it was also really windy. which is a scary combination, but my plants were getting knocked over out here. This one was not secured to the trellis, which learned my lesson there. But it was really windy. This got knocked over, and it got knocked over in the sun, and then it just completely scorched. So yeah, super, super sad. I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to salvage. I mean, I'm sure I will. I find begonia is pretty easy to like root cutting, so I'm sure that I'll be able to start over with it, but it is just like sad. It was so pretty. So that's probably the one I'm most upset about, but you know, it's fine. I can grow it back. I just wish that y'all would have seen it when it was looking so good, because she was honestly just stunning. And then another one that doesn't look amazing is my streptocarpus, which this is like partially from the heat wave, but also just partially from my neglect, because this really needs to be repotted, I think, and I just never did it, and it just kept getting worse and worse and kept getting pushed off. So I think we're gonna be repotting her today. And then another one that got knocked over in the heat wave was my begonia gray feather. So this was looking so good, like another one that was just thriving and living its best life outside, and then it just got scorched, as you can see. So very, very depressing again. But again, I'll just take cuttings and start it over. It sucks because I found that begonias did so well out here in the summer. Like pretty much every begonia I put out here just thrived. But when things went south, they went south very quickly, and the plants just got like decimated. Beside that is my philodendron ring of fire. This is, I think, the only, or I guess I have two out here now, but this is the first philodendron that I put out here. I was just honestly curious of how it was gonna do, and it's done okay, but it hasn't really done amazingly. Like I was expecting to see it really size up or, you know, something, but nothing really happened. Like it just kind of has been growing the same as it was inside. So yeah, I mean, it hasn't been doing poorly, so that's good. And then a Milky Way cast iron plant is just kind of hanging out here. This is my boyfriend's plant, and yeah, it's been doing well. It has some new growth. I don't really know a ton about cast iron plants, but they're supposed to be really easy, so I've just been watering it, and it's been growing. My Hoya chicken farm is kind of buried under there. That one has been doing really well out here. I just showed that recently in my Hoya video. It's getting ready to bloom again there. Here we have my philodendron Cheronia, which has been doing okay out here. I put it out here because it wasn't really doing well inside. So I moved it out. It put this leaf out, which doesn't look great. Okay, the curtain keeps moving inside and the window's not open, so oh, I think the fan's on. Okay, that scared me. I was like, are we haunted here? Anyways, philodendron Cheronia. She's been doing okay, but not amazing. I'm happier with the cutting that I have growing inside on the mossify pole. That's looking better than this mother plant, to be honest. Beside her, we have my alocasia. I forget what this is called. This was sold to me as Green Shield. This is a new leaf it's put out, and it's so pretty. Yeah, this one just like, I don't know, it wasn't doing amazingly. So again, I just figured the solution to that would be to pop it outside. So that's what I did. So it's been living out here for a while, and yeah, it's been growing okay. Honestly, it still doesn't look amazing, but it's been growing okay. So that's all I can really ask for. Has some cute new leaves in there. And then up here we have my Anthurium Bakri, which this is the only Anthurium that I've been growing outside. And it's honestly done pretty well. Like it's been giving me some fairly large size leaves. Like look at that, it's quite nice. I think it needs to be up potted. It's just in like a tiny pot. Currently blooming right now too, so that's fun. Here's another really big leaf that it gave me. I'm finding that something about growing these plants outside is that, yes, sometimes you'll get really big, nice growth, but it will get more beat up than if it were inside, right? Because there's like wind and bugs, and it's just exposed to the elements. So they do get a little bit beat up, a little bit of cosmetic damage, but overall, he's been doing really, really well. He's losing a leaf here, but that's just normal. It's just an old leaf. I really, really like this Anthurium. And then we have some Hoya under here, my Moana Loa and my Crimson Princess, which I recently featured in my Hoya collection video, if you saw that. Same with my Hoya Carrii, so I'm not going to talk a lot about the Hoya, but for the most part, the Hoya have been loving life out here. They've been doing super, super well, so yeah, like look at her. She's looking stunning. My Obovata up here, growing like a weed. And then below that, we have my variegated Maranta, which has been doing so, so well out here this summer. I can't even believe how beautiful she is. Oh my goodness. Like some of these leaves are just insane, and the size of them too. Look at this, is like a half moon one back here. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. It's so freaking pretty. Oh yeah, I just love her so much. And I've even chopped her a little bit this summer too. I gave a cutting to somebody, I did a trade. But yeah, wow, look at that one. Oh my goodness, yeah, she's just so, so pretty. She's been really, really happy out here. So I would definitely try more marantas out here just because of how much she's thrived. And then lastly, we just have a couple more Hoya down here, my variegated compacta and my variegated obovata. Both just kind of not doing much, to be honest. And then hanging up there, we have two of my Hoya, which have done so phenomenally well this summer. That's my Hoya Crimson Queen, and that's my Hoya Willeniana UT152. If you want a better look at them, go check out my Hoya collection video, and I show them, but they've grown just so amazingly well. It's kind of hard to show you because the lighting is not great, and I don't just want to be filming my neighbor's house, but yeah, they've been living their best lives up there. And they're close enough to the like roof that they're not getting any direct sun or anything, so they just get indirect bright light, which they're loving. But yeah, that's kind of an overview of what everything looks like out here. I feel like it was a good, like, almost like trial year of me putting plants outside. These were some of my herbs over here, which, like I said, they're kind of coming to the end of their lifespan. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, I'm gonna head inside and chat at you for a second. Oh, and my little mouse, she's so cute. Overall, I'm not really sure what my thoughts are on growing houseplants outside. Like, I'm definitely gonna experiment with it more and put more out there next spring, but I kind of feel like, first of all, our nighttime temperatures are pretty cool here, so I feel like maybe that's why some of them haven't been doing as amazing, like some of the philodendron and the Cebu blue. So I feel like I maybe don't have like the most ideal climate for growing houseplants outside, but I'm still gonna, you know, it's trial and error figuring out which plants really are gonna thrive out there over the spring and summer. I think some of them are really gonna thrive out there and really have a growth spurt, especially my plants like my cactus and succulent. That's like a no-brainer for plants that I wanna have outside, and I'm definitely gonna be doing that every year. But yeah, it's just gonna be experimental as for finding other plants that are gonna do well out there. As for care differences, you obviously need to water a little bit more. They're drying out a little bit quicker, but I will say that my plants inside in the summer, because it gets so hot in here, they dry out a lot as well. So I don't even really know if I'm watering much more out there than I am in here. Like, it's honestly kind of similar. But yeah, when it's really hot, you need to be watering out there almost every day. So you just need to stay on top of that. I know some people are weary about growing outside because of bugs and pests, and the only plant that I've really had a problem with is my alocasia micholitziana, which you could see had spider mites. But other than that, I really haven't noticed much. In a lot of ways, growing outside is better for pests because there's the natural like predators, like the good bugs, the predators to the pests, so it kind of keeps things in balance and keeps things in check. So that's not something I'm super worried about, but I am a little bit apprehensive of bringing my plants outside back inside, which I think I'm going to be bringing some of them in today. So I'm going to be showering them off really well and everything, and kind of keeping them more isolated or quarantined. I'm already dealing with some friggin' thrips inside anyways, but yeah, that's something that I am a little bit nervous about. Like I was showing you, some of the leaves get a little bit more beat up, which I don't love. So if you're someone who really likes your plant leaves to be pristine, then I don't recommend trying to grow them outside because just, yeah, inevitably they can get a little more battered. Anyway, so I'm thinking about what my plan is gonna be for right now, and I think that I'm gonna start with the begonias. I'm going to remove them from the trellis, bring them in, shower them. I'm gonna remove any leaves or stalks that need to be removed, especially on the maculata, and yeah, just overall try to clean them up a little bit. I think I'm gonna keep them in my bedroom for the next few weeks because there's not very many plants in my bedroom, so I'll be able to monitor for pests. But yeah, we're gonna start there. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna get done today. I'm hoping to at least get done the begonias. But as for the other plants that need to be addressed, that might spill into tomorrow. I'm not really sure. I just don't want to put too much on myself for this afternoon because I do have a lot of editing to do still today for other videos. So we're going to start with the begonias and we'll just see how it goes. Oh my gosh. I feel like it's even worse than I thought. Dang. Well, at least there's one nice leaf. Two nice leaves. I can't believe that. Oh my goodness. Okay. These ones are not attached, these small ones. And the last one, oh, this one's not attached anymore either. The Magdalene Madsen, this one is so, so stunning. Oh my goodness, like she still looks perfect. I think we're gonna start with the maculata since that one's the worst. Okay, yeah, I think that my best plan of action for this one is just to take a few cuttings. So I'm just gonna be trying to find the leaves that still look quite nice on her, which is definitely this top one. Like that one looks really, really good. It's not damaged at all and it's huge. So I really want to keep that one, but lower than that, there's just quite a lot of damage. But let's snap that one off, or snip, I mean, not snap. Okay, so there's that one. Beautiful. And I find that begonia root really easily. So what I'm gonna be doing is taking these inside and giving them a spray down, probably with my Sacred Elements leaf tonic, just in case there's any bugs on it or anything. I'm not too worried though, since I don't see anything. And then I'm just gonna try to find a couple more decent leaves, like this one looks okay. A little bit smaller, but that's fine. Like 5 cuttings would be ideal. If I could get that, I would be happy. Oh, here's a nice one. Those two are pretty good, those leaves. So that's 3 cuttings. I just can't believe like how much of this got scorched. Wow. Oh, this is kind of nice. Oh, I did just literally snap this off. Okay, well, we'll take this one too. This is 4. And let's try to find one more. Oh my goodness. These ones actually look pretty good. I really like that leaf there, so I'm just gonna break off the one that's damaged. And I might be able to get another. Let's see. This one's quite small, and one of the leaves is just emerging, so I don't know if that's gonna do well, but it's really cute, so I'm gonna take it anyways and we'll try. Okay, I think that that should be good. Man, I wish I had photos of these begonias before they got scorched. You guys would have loved them. So annoying. Yeah, I think that that's pretty much all of the really healthy looking leaves. There is a new one coming in here. Okay, so we're gonna take these cuttings in and give them a wash, and then we'll get them propagating in some water, I think. Okay, this is honestly almost empty. I'm gonna have to mix up a new batch soon, but this is my Sacred Elements leaf tonic, which I like to use when it comes to pest prevention because it's a natural solution. This is all organic, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna go ahead and use. And I'm literally just gonna spray them all down. Front and back of the leaves. Okay, so that one's good. I'm just gonna fly through the rest of them. Okay, this is empty, so I'm gonna make up another new batch quick. Okay, I have some left in this little mini bottle that I want to use up, so I'm gonna be using this one. I really like the way that it smells. And I think I only need a 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this little jar to propagate them, and I'm just gonna put a few drops of Super Thrive in here because these plants have really been through it, you know? They can use all of the help. So let's fill that up. And then I'm just gonna pop the cuttings in. I'm gonna take off like any excess, like weird dried bits on these. Just because they're just gonna like come off and rot in here anyways. So I like to just get ahead of that. I'm kind of tempted to put this on my plant shelf, the new one that's behind me, under the grow lights, because I think that that would really encourage it to root up. But like I said, I kind of want to keep these plants isolated for at least the first little while. So yeah, I don't know. My bedroom is kind of cooler than other rooms and it doesn't get as much light, so it's not like ideal propagation zone. So I don't know. Maybe I could put them on my windowsill out here though, because it's not super crowded anymore since I've moved so many plants off of the windowsill. In the dining room, I might actually go for that. Oh, I want to take off this weird bit. I might actually keep this jar out here. I really don't see any signs of pests. Famous last words, I'm sure, but I kind of just want to make sure that this roots up for me. So I might take the risk. Okay, so all of the cuttings are in there. I'm just gonna set them off to the side until they're all dry because right now they have the solution on them. So once they're all dry, then I'll find a spot for them, but I'm just gonna set them on the counter for now. Okay, so next we're gonna be tackling the begonia thurstonii, which is definitely a little bit intimidating because it's just so big and I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it. My current plan is to repot it, but I still feel like it's gonna be quite unstable, so we're probably gonna have to find a better way to stake it up. I'm just gonna go grab her. We'll pot her up and then we'll kind of figure out the stabilizing issue. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, she's gonna fall over right away. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to close the door. Oh no. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay, she is very, very out of hand. So she's actually potted. She's sitting in this scorpion pot, which is really cute, but she's actually just potted into this green pot, which is smaller and obviously really lightweight. So I'm gonna be taking her out of that green pot and I think potting her directly into this ceramic pot because it's just gonna be better for her to be in something heavier and it's also bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I just wanna get her in a new pot ASAP so that I can put her in the shower and wash her off. I'm gonna set her down here while I put some soil in the pot. Hopefully y'all will be able to see. I just mixed up this little batch of soil quickly. It's just store-bought potting mix with some orchid bark and perlite added in. Okay, I don't want to fill it up too much. So now I'm just gonna try to pull her out of here. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think she's definitely due for an up pot. I'm not really gonna be able to show you because it's gonna fall everywhere, but she's very well rooted. So I want to make sure the front of her is facing the front of the pot because I always forget to do that, but that looks pretty good. All right, now I'm just going to fill this up. There's also a piece of twine I can see down here that I need to get out. If you're wondering why I'm doing this at the table, it's because there just really isn't a lot of room outside to be repotting a big plant like this, so it's just easier for me to do it here. This one is definitely going to be living in the bedroom for a few weeks to keep it away from the other plants. Okay, I actually stuck the trellis in and it's not bad. Like, it's a little bit more stable than it, oh yeah, there we go. If we can get it down further. It's more stable than it was before. The thing is that she's so tall, like she's completely growing off the trellis. She does need a trim though. You need to prune begonias back. You just do. So should I do that? Or should I just swap the trellis out now? I'm gonna go look and see if I have a taller trellis. I think I do. Just a sec though. Okay, so I just went down and checked my little planty item storage area and I found these taller trellises that I have. They're actually all zip tied together with another type of trellis from when I moved. I was trying to keep them all in the same place. The only thing about these trellises is that they can be unstable. And look at how like skinny this is. Like it's only two vertical pieces, so I don't know. We're gonna give this a try, see how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna take the old one out. Boop. And put the new one in. I can't even tell where the old one was. I'm gonna put the new one right there, I guess. I mean, it feels pretty good, honestly. It feels pretty good. I'm gonna attach her and see how it goes. Okay, I'm pretty impressed with this already. And it's so much taller. I'll still give her a trim though, because she just needs a trim. But I am quite happy with this. Wow. I'm actually kind of surprised that this is all standing up, so let's take a look. That is what she's looking like. I know it's so hard to get her all in frame. I'm gonna take a look. Oh wow, that's actually quite good. I am quite happy with that. I think next we're just gonna remove the damaged leaves and also give her a little prune. She'll have to, you know, grow into herself, of course. Whenever you put a plant on any type of new support, you need to kind of wait until the leaves all start facing the same way and until it kind of settles in. I see that this one is kind of going wild in the front already, so I'm probably going to attach that one as well, or try to. Okay, so obviously these leaves that are really damaged, I'm just gonna remove. Anything that's scorched. They're just gonna attract, or maybe not attract, that's not the right word, but they're just going to be more prone to pests anyways if they're so damaged, you know? Yeah, she's so bleached. I'm excited to get some new growth so that I can see some of that nice darker coloring come back in. I kind of don't even want to prune her. Like, I kind of just want her to continue growing up. Let me see where I last pruned her. Oh, I've actually taken some cuttings because I forgot that I've given a few cuttings of this gal away this summer, so maybe she doesn't need to be pruned. maybe I can get away with not pruning her. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll leave her like this for now. We'll give her a shower, and then I'll just kind of monitor for the next few weeks. And if I end up deciding that she needs a prune, then I'll do it. But maybe I'll just leave her for now. Probably best to let her settle in for a while so that she's not, sorry, there's like weird dots on this leaf. Don't know what that's about. And it's literally tearing. I'm just gonna cut it off. I don't trust it. It's a big leaf, RIP. Yeah, I'm just gonna let her settle for a few weeks, and then maybe in the future I'll give her a prune. I think that that's gonna be the best way to go. So for now, I'm just gonna bring her to the shower. I'm gonna completely hose her down. And then later tonight, once she dries off a little bit, I'm gonna go in with my Sacred Leaf Tonic again and give her a spray just to prevent any pests. But oh my goodness, so far, I'm actually pretty impressed. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get her looking this good. I'm really glad that this larger trellis worked out, and I think that she's gonna recover from the heat wave quite well. She's a really resilient begonia, so I'm thankful for that. Okay, hello everybody. It has actually been a couple of days, but we are continuing on with the patio plant cleanup situation. I will show you what the begonia thurstonii is currently looking like and the begonia maculata cuttings. They're both in the bedroom. And then we're gonna head out, take cuttings from a couple more of the begonia out there. We have 2 more begonia to cut up. We have the, I can see her staring at me, the begonia Magdalene madsen, which you can see right there. We have to bring her inside. And then we have to repot the streptocarpus that I showed you out there. And we're going to be cutting up my epipremnum Cebu blue as well. So we've still got a lot of work ahead of us, but the other day I ended up spraying down the begonia thurstonii with the Sacred Elements Sacred Leaf Tonic, and now she's hanging out here in the bedroom. Like I said, I don't have very many plants in the bedroom, so plants that I'm trying to like quarantine when they're coming from outside to inside, I'm just gonna put them in here. I didn't see any pests on her, and I did that preventative spray, so hopefully I won't run into any issues, but she's doing really well moving from outside to inside. Like, she looks fine, honestly. Oh yeah, and we did repot her and everything, so she's adjusting from a couple of things right now, but she does look really good. Like, I'm not worried about her. She's pretty resilient, pretty strong as far as begonia go. So I'm just gonna keep her facing the window like that, getting that good light. And then I ended up putting my begonia maculata down here in front of the window as well. It's only been a couple days, so there's no major root development or anything, but she also looks well. There's a new leaf emerging right there. Look at how cute that is. Begonia leaves are just the cutest when they come in. I'm obsessed with them. Another one that's coming in right there. So I'm just letting her hang out here as well. I didn't see any pests. We sprayed her down too, but I haven't seen any pests or anything on her either, so yeah, she's doing very well. There's the sad streptocarpus that we're going to be repotting out there. So that's how those 2 are doing. I think we're going to work with the rest of the begonia now and then see where that takes us. Okay, so here we have my very, very sad begonia sinbad that we saw the previous day, and we are going to be chopping it up. I also just noticed how freaking woody the stems are. Like, are you kidding me? Look at how thick. That is just crazy. Oh my goodness. Like I was saying before, I really wish that y'all could have seen how amazing this plant was looking, but that's okay. I'll just have to grow her back out. So I'm literally just gonna go ahead and chop. Boom. One sad cutting. I can't believe it was blooming too. Oh my goodness, probably death blooms, honestly. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna take a few cuttings and then I'll kind of pick and choose what I wanna keep. And I'll probably keep like the stump as well, because I do have a lot of luck growing begonias back from like nothing, like just a stump. Oh my goodness, yeah, she's really trying to come back. Poor thing. Oh, that one is not gonna be salvageable. It's literally like rotted there. All right. Okay, so that is what I'm going to be keeping for the like stump part. So there's a few leaves that look not too bad on there. I'm super confident this is gonna grow back. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep it and keep taking care of it, and I'm sure it'll look better in no time, honestly. I know people get freaked out by begonias because they can be finicky, but honestly, they are one of the easiest type of plants to grow back from nothing, or to grow back from a cutting, or to grow back from, yeah, just like a stump. I have a really easy time reviving them. Okay, so now looking at these cuttings, I have to kind of decide what I'm going to be keeping. I'm mostly going to be going for ones where the stem looks really healthy. So you can see there's some like weird parts on this one, so I don't think I'll really bother with that. And it also just looks really woody and like it might not root up as easily, so I'm going to keep this portion instead. It has a really nice healthy looking stem and also a couple of leaves on it. I am going to remove the leaf that's damaged, just keep the healthy leaves on it. And I'm going to remove the blooms. It does have just a little tiny bloom on there, but I don't want the energy to be going towards that. I want the energy to be going towards roots. So that's going to be one of our little cuttings. Okay, next, this stem looks pretty healthy as well, but the leaves look quite sad. So I'll probably remove just the leaves that are really damaged. Oh, which is almost all of them. I'm just hesitant to leave damaged leaves on because I feel like they are more prone to pests. So I'm just leaving that one leaf on, and then there's one that's growing on the top there. And I'm just gonna go through the rest of them and then we'll throw them in some water. Oh, and we're gonna give them a spray. I brought out the Sacred Elements leaf tonic, so we're gonna give them a spray as well. Okay, so here are the begonias after their little sacred leaf tonic treatment. I have the cuttings in water. I'm just letting them sit here until they're dried off a little bit so that they're not going to be dripping, but I'm just going to be putting them in the bedroom with the rest of them. So yeah, we really have a little begonia propagation slash rehab situation happening in the bedroom right now. I'm really excited to get these all back on track though. So yeah, they're all ready to go. Okay, next, this should be quite interesting. We are going to be trimming my Cebu blue. And by trimming, I mean basically trimming it completely back. Like I'm gonna be cutting off a large majority of the trailing bits because they just did not thrive in this outdoor weather. The new growth is just small, it's sun bleached, some of it is crisped. It's just not doing well. So the top looks really good because the top was right under the roof, so it wasn't getting any direct sun or anything. So I'm thinking that the best case scenario, I was thinking of just taking a bunch of cuttings and starting a new pot, but I think honestly I can just trim and then grow out a new pot from the top because the top is so full and looks quite healthy already. So there's really no point in me like getting rid of the top part, you know? So I'm just going to be doing a big old chop. Let me move you down. So, okay, I'm just gonna start by getting rid of some of this length because we really don't need it. So let's just, oh my goodness, it's such a tangled mess too. Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and chop here. I don't even really know what I'm cutting, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. Oop. 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 Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I just cut off all of this. Oh my goodness, people are gonna be yelling at me. I already know. I can already feel it coming. It's my plant. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so this actually doesn't look bad. What's left on here, I'm gonna kind of decide how short I want to go. I think that actually might be good. Like, I'm just gonna clean up some of the yellow leaves. I was gonna go shorter, but I'm actually pretty happy with how it's looking just like this. So I don't think I'm gonna cut any more off. Just gonna clean it up a little bit. It doesn't even have that many yellow leaves. Like, it's really not in horrible shape. Just the new growth was so bad at the bottom. But the top is looking pretty lush. Yeah, okay. There's this weird hook that's been in here forever for when I was hanging it at one point. Okay, honestly, that was less work than I thought it was gonna be. I'm just gonna bring it in, throw it in the bathtub, give it a good spray down with this again, and I'm actually going to also, while we're at it, bring in my begonia, Magdalene madsen, and give her a spray down as well because that needs to be done. Look at how big that begonia is. Like, are you serious? She is so massive. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think this is gonna take me a little while. I'm just gonna start spraying. I'm just gonna try to see if I can get a trellis in here. I don't know, it's pawn. I need to do the cake dowel method thing that Kevin does from Hakuna La Planta, but I think we're a little late for that right now because it's already established in here. I'm gonna see if this will work. Okay, I feel like that's as far as it's gonna go. And it's like not stable. What can I do? What can I do? Okay, y'all, this is my little temporary solution for the trellis. As you saw, I could not get it to go in the pond. It's just completely unstable. I need to look into the method that Kevin uses because I'm pretty sure he has a good method for trellises that he uses for his Hoyas and things. Anyways, I need to do some research on that. But for now, as like a temporary measure, I have used packing tape to tape the trellis to the back of the pot, and then I've attached the begonia on there. And honestly, I feel like it's pretty sturdy, and this is going to serve this plant well until I can find a more permanent solution. Maybe I'll even, yeah, I probably will have to repot this when I go ahead and get it set up properly with stakes, but for now, I'm happy with this. Does it look amazing to see friggin' packing tape on the pot? No, but the plant itself looks really good. Like I've pinned it all up. It looks a lot more like structured. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this as just a little makeshift moment. So I'm just gonna wait for this to dry and then I'm gonna move it into the bedroom with the rest. That's basically just what I'm doing with all these plants, is moving them into the bedroom for now. Same with the Cebu blue, I'm just gonna let it dry in the bathtub for a while. So the last plant that I really need to address today is my streptocarpus. So let's head outside again. We're gonna repot her. All right, a little tight on this small table to do a repotting, but we're just gonna work with it. Maybe I'll put the potting mix down there. So this is my neglected streptocarpus. Looks very, very sad, I know. I think it got too much sun was the main problem. You can see it has a lot of burnt leaves, so I'm gonna be removing those. I get the vibe that this plant is going to be of the type that bounces back really well, so I'm hoping that that's the case. So we're gonna be cutting it back a bunch and then I'm gonna be repotting it because it just dries out so quickly in this little nursery pot that it's in. So I'm gonna be upgrading it to this 5-inch clear orchid pot, and then it fits perfectly in this cute little like basket cover pot thing. I just washed it so it's kind of wet. But yeah, I think that this is going to be really nice once it kind of recuperates. So that is the plan. And the mix that I'm using for it is the same that I made for my begonia. Yeah, my begonia thurstonii earlier in the video. I think it is going to appreciate just a little bit more dense. I mean, it's still chunky, but just a little bit more dense than like a chunky aroid mix, you know, because I feel like we need to retain some of that moisture. So what should I do first? Maybe I'll actually cut the leaves off first that need to be cut off. This is going to be dramatic, so don't be alarmed at me cutting off so many of these big leaves. I can't believe how big the leaves we're getting though. Like, that is crazy. Also, obviously going to cut off the flowers that are dead. Okay, that's actually not looking bad. I think that's pretty good. It's nice that it actually has some healthy flowers. There was one point when it basically all the flowers had died off when it was really hot. Roots look good. There is something on here on this flower that suspiciously looks like a thrip. So I might be treating this plant outside. I don't think I want to bring it in if I'm even like thinking there could be thrips, you know? I don't know if you'll even be able to see because it's so small, but there's a little dude right there. I'm already struggling with thrips inside the house already, so We don't really need more going on in there.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who
Okay, this looks better already, honestly. I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot happier with a repot. Okay, let's see what it's gonna look like. And there's a little plastic liner. This is just from IKEA. There's a little plastic liner in there. Oh my goodness. Look at how cute. Even though we cut so much off and now she looks kind of weird and lopsided, it's still a glow up. Am I right? Yeah, this is looking so, so cute. I think I'm actually gonna leave her on the table as like a cute little centerpiece on here. Okay, now I'm gonna clean up the rest of this area because there's like cuttings everywhere and just, oh, it's starting to rain. That's so nice. It's starting to rain. Oh my goodness. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Okay, so I actually better hurry up and get everything cleaned up out here before it gets soaked. Okay, Cebu blue is still drying, but the rest of the begonias are going to be hanging out here for the next couple of weeks. There's a bunch of the cuttings like in front, down under there. You can't really see them, but yeah, I'm just gonna be monitoring these for a while. The Cebu blue is still drying, and then I went ahead and just tidied up out here, so I'll show you what it looks like after managing and bringing in some of the plants out there. It looks so much better after cleaning up all of that destruction. Oh my goodness. Okay, so first of all, it feels like there's so much more room because I've just obviously moved some plants inside and rearranged a little bit. So that's very nice. We have little streptocarpus sitting here. So cute. I just brought her in and did a treatment and watered her. So as for the begonia trellis area, that is just going to be done for the season. I do still have a couple of begonia that are hanging out there, but for the meantime, I just moved my ficus and allocation maculata over there because they can handle some direct light. They already get some sun in the afternoon, so I think that they'll be fine there. Other than that, I'm just going to be slowly moving in plants over the next like week probably, honestly. I want to get as much of these guys inside as possible. The cactus are my last priority because most of them can tolerate a little bit of cooler temperature, but for the tropicals, I do want to get them inside pretty quick. I'm just not going to be doing that today, but it is going to be something that I'm working on the next little while. But yeah, I'm super, super happy with how this is looking after I cleaned up a little bit. Oh my goodness, so much better. I also hung back up my trailing jade there. It looks super good. Still have my staghorn fern. But yeah, I'm super, super happy with how everything is looking out there. I actually think I'm gonna go sit out there and have my lunch because I just feel like I can enjoy it more now that I'm not just like staring at my plants that are all crisped and burned, you know? Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed coming along with me. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment if you feel so inclined. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.